Susul. Welcome to Under the Plumbob Podcast, the podcast about The Sims. Today, we're talking about our favorite family as the Plumbob turns, the Landgraabs. I'm one of your hosts, Vanity. Hi, guys.
I'm Marissa.
And I'm Ava.
And I'm not going to talk like this the whole time because this just sounds like I'm going to talk to you in your bedroom. I'm not. I mean, unless you're listening to this in your bedroom, but I'm not going to talk that way because that makes it real awkward. I listen to podcasts in the shower, so that's.
I think the night is coming out.
Hey,
for this Landgraab episode.
I mean, I gotta get that money somehow, guys. Hey, Malcolm, how you doing? Johnny is hot though, so hey. Okay. In all seriousness, because serious is the name of the game here.
Sure. Okay. All right. Let's go with that.
Hey, this is a very serious podcast about very serious things. Okay, seriousness.
We're doing real serious work here.
The way you started the intro, I thought we were going to have that very special episode that every sitcom has at one point.
Oh my god.
We're soups serious, okay? Soups serious.
Sure, like that time Family Matters was all about, what was it again? Knives?
Knives!
I think that was it.
We're going to talk about the very serious topic of knives here on Under the Plumbob Podcast.
Of knives! Guys, don't run with knives. That's it right there. That's it. That's the goal.
That's the lesson. Congratulations. Now we can talk about the Landgraabs.
Okay, but seriously, I think it was Sims 2 who had this mod, and it was like a pair of scissors, and it would give you the option to run with scissors.
They were giant.
It would kill your
giant
sim.
Red scissors?
Yeah, giant red scissors, and if you made your sim run with them, they would die.
Yeah, I almost
spit out my coffee all over to my computer. Are you kidding?
Yes.
No, this was seriously a thing.
Yes. Oh my god, I remember that. Was that what was it, Sims 3?
Sims 2.
It was Sims 2.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like one of the only ways to kill kids was like run with scissors? Right? Am I remembering that right?
Is that your goal in life? Look, I gotta kill those children.
I mean, I'm not sure. I think so.
We're not here to judge your play style.
It was The Sims 2. It was called the Running with Scissors playset, and it was Maxis created.
It was Maxis created?
You could download it from the Sims 2 website.
Oh
I've been watching a lot of Criminal Minds lately, and this is this talk is.
You get stabbed by the scissors and die. You can't download it anymore from thesims2.com. Because they permanently shut down the website, but it was archived and there are links on the wiki. The way that they died was based on dying from fright, and if a sim sees another sim running around with these, he or she will have a red zigzag thought bubble of the scissors with an X through it and be incredibly frightened by the victim. And if a child gets caught using the playset, they will be reprimanded by an adult, but I don't think you can kill them.
Oh.
Well, they then say, "Stop, you're not my mom," and stab them with the scissors.
Something like that? I don't know. Fun fact, the scissors cost $20, which I think is a bit pricey for something that will inevitably be your downfall.
Well, they're huge. It wasn't like, if you're thinking like a pair of scissors that you hold in your hand, it was not. It was a whole, suitcase size or something. It was big.
Yeah, they were really big.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, guys, number 1, take a drink.
How do we do this? Like, we literally start, we're so excited to talk about the Landgraabs. This is amazing. And we somehow start talking about Sims 2 running with scissors. Like, how is that?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Hey, That's, it's like Melissa says, at least it's Sims related.
It is. And I bet about 7 people were like, oh yeah, the Running with Scissors throwback, how fun.
Yeah,
so you're welcome, 7 people.
You are welcome.
Because I was not one of those 7. So
for those 7, we are here to wrap you up in the sweet warm cloak of our nostalgia.
And then cut it off with scissors.
Look, whatever floats your boat, man. I'm not going to kink shame. If that's how you get your rocks off, then you do that. If scissors is what it takes.
No. Scissors.
Yeah, we don't kink shame in my household. We also don't fat shame in my household, so we don't talk about my cats and their fat. It's a thing.
Oh, you know who was very fat shamey? The Sims 2, specifically Malcolm Landgraab. I'll tell you.
Oh, was he really? Tell me
later. Oh, well,
I remember that.
Well, why don't
was he really fat shamey?
Yeah. Remember in The Sims 2, they had that new chemistry thing that came with late night.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave you 2 turn-ons and a turn-off. Mm-hmm. And his 2 turn-ons were formal wear because he's a fancy bastard, and underwear because he's a dog. And his turn-off was fatness.
Yeah. Fucking fatness was his turn-off.
Because apparently, The Sims 2 is super fat shamey. Although you could also put that as a turn-on, so maybe they weren't super fat shamey. But still. Shame on you, Malcolm Landgraab.
Yeah.
Shame on... So basically what he's saying is if his beautiful wife, Nancy, got fat,
that's his mom. Nancy's his mom.
Oh shit, Jeffrey's the other guy. Ew. Yeah. Ew. That's very Game of Thrones of me. No. So BTW. That's gross. Also, the Landgraabs have so much going on, but we discussed earlier that the Landgraabs, if you don't know who they are, if you're like, who are the Landgraabs? They're basically right. Also, yeah, where have you been? Have you played the game at all? But they're also Marissa, what was the way you said you remember them with the top hats?
Yes. So if you remember from our previous episode when we were talking about Sims 3 and that weird, eccentric, rich family who was wearing top hats, that's the Landgraabs. So if you think, oh, weird, eccentric, rich people with money falling out of their top hats, there you go. That's all you need to know about the Landgraabs.
Literally. The Goths? Was that Mortimer? No, not Mortimer. Mortimer's father who wore a top hat. Oh my god,
was that?
Yeah.
I think of it this way. I would think that Mortimer's father and fucking Jeffrey's dad probably walked around with their top hats going, "Murr, murr, money monocles, murr. Oh, look at these peasants."
I don't know if it was the Landgraabs and the Goths that didn't like each other, but I know definitely that the Landgraabs and the Altos didn't like each other. Because I think the Landgraabs were old money and the Altos were new money, and they super did not get along.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think the Goths and the Landgraabs got along because the Goths, they bought Sunset Valley, and then the Landgraabs put all of the stuff on Sunset Valley. So they together in conjunction, they made that world. So the Goths own the land, and then the Landgraabs own the crap on the land.
Yeah.
But yes, the Altos are mob money. The Altos, the Sopranos,
right? They were mob money.
Y'all.
Yeah.
They hella Jersey.
The feud was between Landgraabs and the Goths because the Goths founded Sunset Valley, but Nancy's family built it up from the ground.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Long Island medium over here. I feel like that's what the Altos are. With that hair, it was great.
I'm looking up Sims Wiki, which we should just shout Sims Wiki out at the top of the episode.
Yes,
Sims Wiki. Thank you. They have so much information. They do have a family tree, and at the very top of the blah blah blah. The very top of the family tree, they do have Kitty and Kermit Landgraab, and they are indeed wearing money-filled top hats.
So. They are wearing money-filled top hats. We're gonna we're gonna put this on our social media so you can see the top hats, and just imagine them lifting it up and bundles of money, and then some coins falling out, and they're just murr, it's cool. I don't need it because they're rich.
Flipping coins at people, just dripping money. That's just Landgraabs.
Dripping money. So this is the thing. the family tree for the Landgraabs is a little weird because there are so much secret stuff. Secret stuff. So Admiral Landgraab is a possible brother to Kermit and also a father to Malcolm. And then you have Malcolm's secret lover and Stella. So you have all these random things that go around. Like, you're not sure who fathered who is going on. Because the Landgraabs, like the Lannisters, are a little weird. Just saying. But without the incest.
Well, hopefully without the incest. We do not know that for sure. Sims makers.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Well, we do know at the very start there's Demetrius and Dacian?
Sure.
Landgraab from Sims Medieval, Pirates and Nobles. So if you think that Sims Medieval is canon, basically...
Which I don't, but it's cool.
Yeah, we don't know. But if that's canon, then they're the beginning of the Landgraabs.
We're going into the Sims canon. This is amazing.
What'd you say?
Sims has a canon.
I know!
We're going into Star Wars level debates now of is this or isn't this canon?
It's AU. Sims 4 is also AU. So is...
Yep.
So, and if
alternate
guys, yes, side note, alternate universe. Canon means that it is part of the main story. Like if you read or watch Harry Potter, Harry and Ginny are canon, but if you read Harry Potter fanfic, then you have like Ginny with other people or Harry with other people, and that's AU. That is not canon. So that's how that works.
I think AU is more like it's a different setting. Like, for instance, technically Harry Potter, takes part in, what was it? I think he's in school during the 90s.
Oh yeah, that they push him to.
AU would be, for instance, if they like pushed him to the 2010s or
I was
something.
wrong. So it's non-canon, and canon is how that works.
Or in a sci-fi world or something like that.
Yeah, it would be literally a different universe.
Yeah, it's like a literal alternate universe. Like if they plop down Harry Potter in the Avengers or something.
Yeah, how would that?
Oh my god! And he like loses Ginny in the snap, and he goes nuts and goes after Thanos. I would pay to see that. Can someone write that for me?
Awesome.
I'd read it. I'm here for it. Okay, so sorry.
Tangent number 2.
That was number 2.
Wait.
Yeah. Taking a drink.
All right. Continue.
So,
number 2.
Drink. Also, just, to make this tangent, like, worth listening to, if you haven't listened to our Simlet episode by Team Llama, and featuring Vanity. Listen to it, man.
Oh, yeah, honey. That one episode, if you really hate Team Cowplant's tangents, know that I'm on that episode.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
If you really like Vanity, then, check out that Simlet episode. She's on it.
I am totes on it. Okay, so Marissa gave the history with medieval, saying that they, did you finish that? Because I feel like we just totally cut you off with the Dacian thing. I don't know how that happened, but we did.
The only other thing I'm going to add, which I love, is that you know how Landgraab is spelled Landgraab, right? Like land grab. Grab. In the Sims Medieval Pirates and Nobles, they added an E at the end of land. So it's like ye old Landgraab.
Ye olde Landgrabby. Oh,
ye olde Landgrabby.
Ye olde Landgrab. Oh, yes. I love it.
So I just, it's the appreciation for the details is what we like here on Team Cowplant.
We appreciate the details at Cowplant. So, yeah.
Admiral Landgraab is kind of obviously not tied with Sims Medieval, but he's, I would say, maybe the founder of the Landgraabs as we know them in the Sims PC world, because he's described as the Ren Ferns National Park on Vacation Island in Sims 1. That's described as his first colonial acquisition. So we can assume that he kind of made his way into the Sims universe from Sims 1.
So basically, he like Alexander the Great, the whole thing. He's like, I'm taking this land, and I'm taking this land, and I'm taking it all. He just took it all. I don't know why he sounded like that. Taking it all. He grabbed it.
He grabbed it. He grabbed that land.
Grab. No.
He done grabbed it.
He's kind of like, what do we want to call him? Like the
patriarch?
What is that guy?
He's the patriarchy?
Who's the guy who founded America? Fuck, what's his name? Christopher Columbus. He's like the Christopher Columbus of the Sims,
that asshole.
Were there indigenous people there too? He was like, screw you guys, have some smallpox blankets. I'm taking your land.
Maybe. We don't know that.
We don't know. Okay, so the other way that this goes, the other origin story, if you will, if you watched X-Men and they have like 18 Wolverine origin stories, this is the other one. So, are you ready for this? This is my time where I get to be like my dream of being the guy that announces movies, but okay. If you have Sims 2 seasons, by the way, this is what happens if you have the adventurer career. You pull a card, and this is what happens. At the turn of the century, Gregory Landgraab, a humble school teacher, suddenly came into a great deal of money and became one of the wealthiest landowners around. This was never explained, though many theories suggest foul play. What happened, guys? Did Gregory Landgraab, did he grab someone with a knife?
With the scissors?
With the scissors! He grabbed their land with the scissors in their back.
Wait, I mean, they did say he was a school teacher. Maybe he was a school teacher at like one of those fancy private schools, and he just saw one of those like really rich students, made him sign like a will or something, leaving him all his money, and then said, give me 5 laps around the school. Oh, by the way, here, hold these scissors.
Please run with these scissors. They're so big, Professor Landgraab. That's okay. You won't stumble. It's fine. Then they go run in and they fall. He's like,
oh yeah. Or, unless evil could be that he just finally inherited the money from Admiral Landgraab. He just finally got his inheritance and didn't talk about it.
I feel like your theory just makes him seem not as evil as our theory, and I like our theory better.
I'm not gonna lie, I like my theory better. Yeah. Ours is definitely better.
I definitely like your theory better, for sure. But just to, keep things...
I mean, all of this is allegedly. We don't want to get sued by the Landgraabs, so allegedly he gave a kid some scissors, and allegedly that kid ran with them, and allegedly he inherited all the kid's money. Just saying.
Or he discovered Motherlode, also an option.
Probably.
You know what? It could be kind of like how Skip Broke is like the nod to Sims people killing their Sims in pools. Maybe Gregory Landgraab's story is a nod to people using Motherlode.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
what?
I like
that. Are we like breaking the fourth wall here? Are we discovering real secrets?
Hi, my name is Vanity, and I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about with Skip Broke. Please inform me.
You know the Broke family from Sims 2.
Yeah, they broke. Mm-hmm.
You had Brandy, and she lived in the trailer with her 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it says in the description that her husband died in a mysterious pool ladder incident.
Oh. Oh, poor Skip.
And that was like the nod, because in Sims 1, people figured out that you could trap people in pools. Like you could just erase the ladder and people would die, or Sims would die in pools. So that was the Sims creators' kind of nod to, oh, hey, we know what you're doing. You're fucking killing all your Sims in pools.
Was I the only one who just starved her Sims to death? Because I did that in Sims 1.
We did that too. I mean, variety is the spice of life, right?
Variety is the spice of life, when they get no spices because they're hungry. I just watched them slowly just like become super skinny and then start walking super slow and start crawling, and then they died. 14-year-old me was a little.
The pool was kind of funny because they would like wave in the pool, like they're in the pool and they start waving and then die. Yeah.
The ladder disappeared and I have no upper arm strength to lift myself out of the water. Whatever shall I do?
What do I do?
Drown. You drown.
Yeah, pretty much.
right, so
but yeah. Anyway, so that's I like the mother load. I'm gonna go with that. That's my canon now. I like it. That's really funny.
Motherlode is canon, I feel like, except for, can we just have like a side canon of him with the scissors? I just want that to be a thing.
Yeah, we have a side canon.
But only, so that's the only canon
sure.
if you have the mod. Then it's canon.
Yeah, it's mod canon.
It's mod canon.
All right.
Okay.
But it's not a mod. The scissors are an official Maxis object.
Well, yeah, but you had to download them to get them, right? They weren't just in there.
Like you would store content, just like you would store content.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So sure, it's canon if you downloaded the scissors.
DLC canon. Yes.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised because I mean it is EA. You know how they love themselves some DLC.
Truth.
Sorry, I'm bringing the salt again. Continue.
So over here,
all those tequila shots we need to take with all our tangents.
Just bringing this over here, just bringing that salt with them. Okay.
Yep. You make sure you have the tequila. I'll bring the salt.
Yes, girl.
And I'll be a little bitter about it too. I'll be a little bitter bitch, and also I'll bring some limes as well. We got this.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Admiral Landgraab. All right. So he is, if we're gonna say it, he's like the OG. We play The Sims 2. The description for the Landgraabs is my favorite. Like this, that's what I miss most about Sims 2 and Sims 3 is the people descriptions, like the family descriptions. They're my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
If you have, I think they might have some, they're trying to do it now because I think they heard us. Are you listening, EA? Because like we got storylines after we complained about it. So I feel like
we really did.
I mean, we bitched and then we got storylines. So we've got the power. We don't have any power. Sorry. Anyway.
Let us dream.
We and we alone here at Under the Plumbob Podcast are responsible for the game getting better. You're welcome.
Okay.
Totally kidding.
Anyway, so the description for the Landgraabs was this. Ruthless, cunning, brilliant, ridiculously wealthy. These are just a few of the words the locals use to describe the Landgraab family, whose entrepreneurial ambitions can't be stopped by anything but their own mistakes. When you have this much money, you're your own worst enemy. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I love it. And I mean, that's kind of what the Landgraabs are known for, like being really cutthroat. Well, okay. I will say this. In Sims 3...
hold on, time out. Do the beginning. Do the Star Wars explanation first.
Okay.
Yes. Sims 3 is, just so you guys know, the time, I know if you don't remember or you're just now tuning into this is your first episode, way to dive in at the end until, go back to the Goths and stuff like that. At least get some history. Anyway, so Sims 3 is first, and then Sims 1, and then Sims 2, and then Sims 4 is just completely, totally AU weird. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
There really isn't.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. But for Sims 3, Nancy isn't necessarily an evil person.
She's driven.
She's just a very, get it, honey, businesswoman. Like, she doesn't really have time for domestic life, which, girl, get it. Like, get your money, work it. Like, you know what I mean? Who cares if you don't have time for domestic life? Like, get your money. So, and the husband is a doctor, and, like, Jeffrey, the husband, has a better relationship with Malcolm, the son, than Nancy does. But she's not evil. She's not a bad person. Yeah, because
Nancy is the original is the Landgraab, and
yes.
Joffrey. And I keep calling him Joffrey, which is not. We don't. Yeah. We like Jeffrey. We don't like Joffrey.
Vanity still in like Game of Thrones mode from last week.
It's Sunday, guys. It's Sunday. It comes on tonight. Anywho, I think by the time this airs, though, it'll be all over. Anyway, So,
and Jeffrey married into Landgraabs and changed his name when he married Nancy.
Which I just think is so freaking like bamf of her. She's like, bitch, I'm a land grab. Jeffrey, you're not, I'm a land grab. Take my name or nothing, bruv, because I'm not changing it. And which is, I mean, think about it. That, and then also her kid got her name. Just go with that for a second. Like,
yeah,
she did. She's like, oh, it doesn't matter that I'm a daughter. This name is going on with me. My kid's getting my name.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. Get on board or get out, Jeffrey. And he was like, all right, girl, I love you, but doing it.
And he was on board. He did it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And he's super modest, artistic. You know, he seems to be more of like a humble, like good sim, which I love. Like, love a stereotype bend, you know, that he's the like modest, artistic one and she's a like powerful, you know, and it makes sense that she's a powerful businesswoman because her family is a Landgraabs. She probably grew up sitting in on these business deals and going and helping out her family when she was in high school and college and stuff. So of course she's going to be a strong businesswoman. You know, she grew up in the freaking Landgraabs with all the freaking top hats and money coming out. Like, yeah, she's going to be a powerful businesswoman.
The Landgraabs don't have wallets. They stick their money either under their headgear or into their hair.
And she has that beehive hair, so instead of wearing a top hat, so she just keeps her money in her beehive. Like,
she keeps her money in her beehive. Or in their businesses.
It's fine. Who needs wallets when you're when that rich? Who needs wallets? It's her hair.
That's why her hair's so big. It's full of money.
And secrets. Money and secrets.
Money and secrets.
It is full of secrets for sure. I love it. Okay. So I love that. I love that they did that. And they did carry that into Sims 4 as well. There is a Jeffrey and Nancy Landgraab in Sims 4. And we can assume that Nancy is the Landgraab and Jeffrey is the married in. They don't say that in The Sims 4, but we can assume that.
They don't say anything in The Sims 4, okay?
No. So I'll talk about Sims 4. So is there anything else, or should we go into Sims 4?
So also, let's see. So Sims 3, so again, we discovered that, you know, so the three big people that are in the three mansions that are Sims 3 that are in Sunset Valley are the Altos and the Landgraabs and the Goths. Okay, but remember, go back, and they did Pleasant View as well. So basically, all the big towns that they live in, those two families made them. That's also why you don't see the Altos, and like because they're old money, so they inherited their town. Like they are like that rich bougie family in the back. So let's see what else.
Well, and the other thing with the Altos is like their house is like kind of tacky, you know, like it's really gaudy looking. It's more modern-ish looking, and the Landgraabs is all like very traditional, like stone and all that stuff. So it's
the Goth, which is just super like, I mean, it's
goth, yeah,
but it's like not tacky goth. You know what I mean? Like
no,
it's very refined. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the Altos, because they're supposed to be the Sopranos, and I think that someone's trying to make a play on that, you know, Jersey Shore kind of a thing going on there, you know? That kind of, which, if you're from Jersey, I'm not saying you're tacky, okay? I'm not. I mean, I've been to Jersey, why can't I pump my own gas? But whatever. Still salty about that, by the way. I get so confused. I'm like, what are you doing? Put my gas. Do I tip you? What's going on? My gas already costs so much anyway. Like, why? What? I'll put my own gas. I was so frustrated in Jersey. I was so confused. Anyway, but if you, that stereotype of like Jersey Shore, even The Sopranos, like that stereotype of
like mob,
that, you know, The style. Like even if you look, what is like, is the Goodfellas? Is that in Jersey or something like that?
I have no clue.
It's all those mob movies from like
Long Island.
It's in Long Island. Oh, that's New York, isn't it? Is Long Island New York? I mean, it's close enough to Jersey, right? I don't know. My.
You just pissed off so many people.
I just made made someone so salty, and sorry guys. Jersey, Long Island, same. For my, I still love you.
I literally know nothing about these places, so I'm just gonna take your word for it.
I mean, just go with it. Just go with it.
I'm just like, sure, yeah, okay. I mean, when I hear Jersey, I think, what was it again? The
Jersey Shore?
The Situation?
Yeah, isn't he in jail?
What's her face? Was it
Snooki?
Snooki. Oh yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think The Situation's in jail for something. I saw that on like TMZ or something.
That's like a time in history that we just want to forget about. So let's just move on.
Fist pumps. Fist pumps.
Wait, that wasn't one of their names. Was there one named Fist Pumps, or was it just?
Was there one named Fist Pumps?
If someone goes around with a name like The Situation, I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone out there who uses the name Fist Pumps. Pretty sure all the fake tan has just gone to their head and just call me Fist Pumps from now on.
Oh dear God.
Okay. Why isn't there someone called Fist Pumps? These are the questions that we need to be asking.
I mean, because there is a Snooki and a JWoww, so why isn't there a Fist Pump?
I'm sorry, Jay, what?
You guys, this is great.
By the way, number 3. Go ahead to the drink while we're talking about JWoww. Number 3.
Number 3?
Is that number 3? It's number 3. Yes, JWoww was her name, and Snooki was the other one.
JWoww was
and then
her name?
Yeah, her name was like Jenny, I think, or something like that. Anyway, so JWoww, Snooki, The Situation, Vinny, and then the other 2 people that cried a lot. Sammy, she cried a lot. Sammy and Ronnie were dating, and they're always like, "Why don't you love me, Sam, Ronnie?" And he's like, "Sammy." I didn't watch it too much, by the way. I my sister did, so I caught like pieces. Okay. Anyway, back to the Landgraabs, the Altos, and the freaking Goths over here. So Kermit or Kitty, which those names make me happy. Landgraab built up the town, but you also have these really weird intonations that pop up in the console. In the PC, and then we'll move to console. But the PC, though. So I was told, because I did not realize this, that there was a final expansion pack that I never owned, and I am trying my hardest not to go buy it.
Why? Do it.
It was because I don't play The Sims 3 a lot, but I really want this now. You have the creepy Christina Landgraab, who lives in Lunar Lakes.
Yep, that was the store world, right?
Christina was in, she was in, you got it from the Sims 3 store, but she was in Lunar Lakes, which is a DLC world, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She is creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, Christina,
yep.
This is her description, guys. You ready for this? In case you never got this thing that I didn't get it. Christina is a brilliant scientist who is just a tad self-centered. She's created clones of herself so she can have the perfect family. But as her clone children grow up, they also grow away from their creator. Will Christina keep her family together through any means necessary? Or will she accept that her clones have independent dreams and lives of their own? So she mother trucking cloned herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is Christina Landgraab, Chris Landgraab, Chrissy Landgraab, and Krista Landgraab, because this girl literally she couldn't figure out names.
Yeah.
She's like, I want them all to be named after me, but not really. And let me tell you guys, this picture will also be posted on our social media because you have got to see what she looks like. She looks like a man. She looks like a man in a dress with a wig on. Like, she looks like Patrick Swayze in Tu Wong Fu.
I think that's Chris. The one at the bottom? That's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
But they're all girls.
Yeah, so they're in these, stunning polka dot outfits. They all have that platinum blonde, green eyes. Like, Chris is a dude.
Chris is a dude.
Or Christina is in the middle, like, sitting down. And then her teen clone daughters are on the side of her.
Okay, so Chris is a dude, but in a dress anyway. This makes me so happy. So Chris is Patrick's.
Yeah, those are shorts.
That looks like a mother trucking dress.
No, they're cargo shorts.
I can't.
No, it's cargo shorts.
Yeah, like skater shorts.
Those are cargo shorts. Yeah. I can't. Oh, God.
I love that you thought the guy laying in the dirt was Christina. Just your elder ass just laying in the dirt.
Just ready to crawl to the kitchen and die.
I love it.
My knees. Anywho, okay, so that is one of the final incarnations in Sims 3 was Christina and her crazy ass family. But they literally so then I guess we'll move to the console, which I did not have.
Actually, I wanted to talk about The Sims 2 a little bit more.
Oh, you did, because you had rumors. Go.
Well, okay, so the Malcolm Landgraab in Sims 2, he came with Sims 2 Open for Business in Bluewater Village.
Okay.
That's where he lived. He owned the Electronic Supercenter and the nightclub, Club Dante.
Club Dante.
And
sorry.
We already discussed the fat shaming. That's not cool. But his lifetime, so he had an fortune aspiration, and his lifetime want was to become a master criminal.
Oh, okay.
Which is fitting, because, the Landgraabs are always, sort of depicted to be evil.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the fun things...
And grabbing that land.
And when you play his lot for the first time, so if you don't purchase or change anything, his bills will total to 666.
Oh.
So I always thought that was fun. Also, his grandparents are said to have light skin. His parents have tan skin, and he has medium skin. So he's darker skinned than his predecessor. So maybe his mom, had a thing.
Yep.
Had a thing.
I mean, like Bella Goth.
I mean,
did you know how she's all tan and then you have pale?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
We've got some
Scooby-Dooing to do.
Just to throw out another option, could he, a la the situation, just tan a lot?
Ooh, he could.
He's rich, right?
Also possible. It's an option. That's something rich people do, right?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a thing that rich people do. Because, what better way to spend your money than tanning your skin temporarily? That makes sense. Anywho.
So, since we're already on this tangent, which is number 6, by the way.
Yep, another tangent. But there's also a picture of him and, the family album in the hot tub with a woman with red hair who kind of looks like our fabulous, or at least one of the fabulous Caliente sisters, though that's never confirmed. Since technically, if you don't have Bluewater Village, he doesn't exist, and you can't really, they can't really meet. So, right. But it's there. Kind of looks like her. Also, it should be pointed out that he is Malcolm IV, and he has the same.
Where are the other 3?
Yeah, so his father is Malcolm Landgraab III, and then his grandfather is the second, and then there's another one. But there's no connection with Malcolm Landgraab in The Sims 3. I mean, that might be his father or something, because that's technically set in the past. But that Malcolm's father is called Jeffrey, so it's confusing. So where did Malcolm 1, 2, and 3 go?
Yeah, we don't know how
Malcolm 1, 2, and 3 go.
I mean, it's possible that Sims 3 Malcolm is Malcolm 3, but then where did Malcolm 2 go?
Yeah, because there is no Malcolm in the Sims 3 timeline.
Well, he's there, but he's a kid.
The little boy.
He's a kid, so he could be Malcolm the Third, but his father is not named Malcolm, so he couldn't be Malcolm the Second. So where did they go?
Where is everyone?
That's the thing. We don't know how because Sims 3 is 50 years in the future. So how could, if little boy Malcolm is, even if he's Malcolm the first, where do they, I guess maybe that's it. Because Malcolm Landgraab the fourth, his dad is Malcolm Landgraab the third, his dad's Malcolm Landgraab the second. So then Malcolm Landgraab, the little boy in Sims 3, has to be the father of Malcolm Landgraab the second in Sims 2. Is that it? The grandfather of the Malcolm Landgraab that you actually play and open for business?
I mean, it's possible.
And a tree and the hole and the hole in the ground, and see the green grass grows all around, and the ground, the green grass grows all around. This just reminded me of like it's just some like
Some shit, man.
It's so crazy.
Well,
I think it's what happened is like the writers, they wrote something and then that person must have left the team.
Yeah. We have so many Malcolms now. What do we do with them? It's like, just put them somewhere.
Yeah, he forgot his notes, and then like took his notes with him like in an angry rage. He was like, "I'm leaving you, Maxis," and he leaves with his notes. And then like, so somebody else comes in, and's like, "Hey guys, my name is Steve. Ready to do some writing?" And they're like, "Well, we have the Landgraabs." Like, "Wait, what's their backstory?" Everybody's like, well, Phil took the notes when he left, so we don't know."
God damn it, Phil. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe Steve just did the best he could with what he had.
Steve tried, okay? Steve was like, "Look, I'm going to give this a shot."
Good job, Steve. We're proud of you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve, for picking up the mantle. And you know what, Phil? Screw you.
Yeah, fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you, Phil.
You put Steve in a really, really bad place. Like, how dare you? Steve's a nice guy.
He's a super nice guy, and you made it. And you made him so stressed out that you drove him to drink. He's now a drinker. Thank you.
Poor Steve.
Tangent number 10?
Number 6, maybe 6, possibly 7.
I'm already to the point of tipsy where numbers don't make no sense no more. Which sucks when you're working with a family who has like the 3rd and the 4th in their name. But sure.
Not really. Okay, so I want to talk about Sims 4 for a second. So we have the Landgraabs. We have Jeffrey, Nancy, and Malcolm. Jeffrey and Nancy are married. They have a teenage son named Malcolm. So where they kind of separate. So Jeffrey is still, good, still a nice, humble person, but now he's actually in the secret agent branch rather than a doctor.
Secret agent, man. Sorry.
Nancy is now, she's still a snob and everything, but instead of a businesswoman, she's now in the criminal career, which is like, what? So, okay, there's that. Then their son Malcolm is evil. And before he was good. When he was a little boy in Sims 3, he was good. Now he's freaking evil and probably wants to like join the evil life with Nancy. Or criminal career with Nancy. So that's that thing. And what I like about it, and apparently the Landgraabs are the only people with like a story in Sims 4 because, Nancy being in the criminal career and Jeffrey being the secret agent, that is kind of like they're on opposite sides of the...
It's a Mr. and Mrs. Smith moment, right?
Yeah, totally. They're like on opposite sides, so it's kind of like cool. And then to add even more intrigue, so they're in a mansion in Oasis Springs, and then directly to the right of them is this like mock trailer where Johnny Zest lives. And all we know is that he was shunned and maybe forced to change his name from Landgraab. But we know he was a Landgraab, but had to change his name to Johnny Zest because he quit school to be a comedian. So we don't know if he's Jeffrey and Nancy's eldest son or if he's just a relative of Nancy. We don't know if his name is Johnny Landgraab or if his real name is Dudley Landgraab.
Dun, dun, dun.
If you don't know who Dudley Landgraab is, he is from The Sims console and The Sims Busting Out. Dudley Landgraab is the son of a Malcolm Landgraab. I don't know where Sims console fits in the timeline. That's why we're keeping it separate, because who the fuck knows?
And everything is so jacked up between the two, so you're like, what?
No clue. And he's the son of Malcolm and a stepson of Mom. But we don't know who his mom is. I'm assuming Nancy. I have no idea. But he has a sister named Minnie Landgraab. So we're kind of debating, maybe Johnny Zest is like this Sims 4 version of Dudley, because Dudley also lived in a trailer in the console, and he was like a party kid guy and a slob, and just, didn't really uphold the land grab values or whatever. And that's how Johnny Zest is. He's, left the family.
But he's not a slacker though. Johnny Zest has a pretty good work ethic.
Yeah.
Also, the other theory is that Johnny left on his own. Like he wanted to be a comedian, and he wanted to like stand up on his own 2 feet, and he didn't want anything like of the land grab money. So he did it on his own, and then when he left the family, they disowned him. But it's like, did they? Because I mean, he's literally living in a trailer, like in the shadow of that mansion. Like,
yeah, he's right there.
You go to the grocery store, and there he is. Like, hey guys, hi, former parents. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, is he really like gone, or is he just like whatever? But Johnny is one of my guys that I always marry. So there's that.
And the other interesting thing is why it's kind of nefarious.
Nefarious.
Johnny Zest has no relationships with anybody outside. He doesn't have a relationship with Landgraabs, which is why we don't know who he is, how he's related to them. So what I think is interesting is that maybe he just left, but maybe the Landgraabs, with all their secret top hat money, wiped his memory. So he doesn't even know that he's owed. He doesn't know that he's like an heir of the Landgraab fortune, because they want it all to go to the son Malcolm, because he's evil and obviously wants to be like a Landgraab. So it's like a little bit of, if you know the history, there's a little bit of intrigue there. It's like, oh, what's happening? Like, what's going on? So that's, I don't know. It's a fun little thought, I guess.
Or maybe, what's his pants? The kid was like really jealous of Johnny, and is like, you know what, Johnny, I am going, because he's evil, right? So maybe he like started some whole like rumor or did something nefarious and got Johnny kicked out, or wiped Johnny's memories, or did something crazy pants like that, because secret top hat money.
Yeah, definitely. Because let's be honest, Malcolm Landgraab, it doesn't hold a candle to Johnny Zest.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah. So that could be a thing. So that's really interesting about Sims 4. And the other theory I saw rolling around Sims Wiki was that maybe Jeffrey and Nancy aren't actually on opposite sides. Maybe they're actually working together.
Ooh.
But just on opposite sides of the spectrum. So Jeffrey seems like the good guy who's trying to save the world, but he's actually like helping Nancy secretly. I don't know. So it's like interesting, right? It's like, oh, that's cool.
I like it. Okay. We have a theory that if there were like a Real Housewives of like Sunset Valley, it'd be Bella and Nancy like at the table. Like they're all at the table. Her and like What's Her Pants Alto and like Lily Fang are all at the table. But then they lean over and like, oh, do you see what she was wearing today? Do you know her husband hit on me? I hit on him back, but I was just like, whatever, Lily. Leans back over, like drinks their drink again, whatever, because they're set. I don't watch The Real Housewives, but I feel like that's what happens.
Just lots of throwing
and
wine.
Lots of
hair pulling.
I mean, I feel like when on those shows, like, do you not have anything else to do? Like, they're always at a spa or something. And I'm like, well, I love a spa. Like, what else do you do with your day? Like,
they're rich. That's what they do. That's top hat money, Vanity. You just go to the spa.
Oh, shit. I need top hat money.
Oh man, can we have top hat money? I could use some top hat money.
If you go every day, is it even fun anymore? Because like,
oh, that's a good point.
I have a top hat.
I have a cowboy hat. Can I have cowboy hat money?
I have Mickey Mouse ears. Does that count?
You start putting random crap in hats. Like, hey, I've got a baseball hat. Like, what can we put money in? Lordy.
With console, I mean, it's basically just what we talked about, like mom, and you start out as, when you play the game, Malcolm is in the console and he's like the guide person. So that's the kind of deal with console. There's not too much like story behind
Console's confusing. So if you play the console and you know about the Landgraabs and you're like, you forgot about this, email us. For love of all things holy, email. I don't know. But what I do know is that while Sims 4 has no lore, it has no nothing. It's literally just like a game with empty shells of people in it. The only freaking story they give is for the Landgraabs, and I'm like, why not anybody else? Like everyone else is in but the Landgraabs are it, which I think is very telling. Like, so I'm hoping if they make a Sims 5, which I think they're supposed to, the hell if I know. If they do, though, can we get our stories back?
I know. I hope so too.
I want storylines back.
Yeah. And so for the console, there is actually a big theory on SimsWiki and why we didn't talk about the console games too much is because we don't know that they're the true Landgraab family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, their name is spelled Landgraab with 2 B's, but the proper way is Landgraab with 2 A's at the end, grab, AAB. So is that just, a mistake? Just they accidentally misspelled it and no one caught it? Or is it like a secret thing? Like, ooh, they're not really the Landgraabs, they're imposters.
No, that's after Steve came in. He did what he could.
Steve, we understand. You did what you could. We are not mad at you. But maybe, just maybe, like Mortimer, because isn't he like a scientist or whatever, right? Like a mad scientist. Maybe he was like, I miss my friends because they all died in a rogue landslide or something. And so he cloned them, made them back, and that's who they are in Sims 4.
Oh.
He missed his... Miss his friends. Or maybe it was a science experiment gone wrong. Like, he was like, hey guys, come on over, have some tea, have some sweet tea. And then he gave them some sweet tea, trying to do some experiments because, he's crazy pants. And it went wrong and they all died. He was like, shit. So he didn't want to be sued by the rest of the Landgraabs, so he just brought them back, but they're not real. Like Pet Cemetery. These are my theories.
Wow.
I like these theories. I like them.
Those are my theories.
Another one. I'm just full of theories today. I love it. So this one is actually from someone on the Sims forum, The Majestic Pizza. This was posted like in 2017 or 16, I think. So this is a while ago, but I love this theory. The Mystic Pizza says, Jeffrey and Nancy both have normal blonde hair, and Johnny Zest has normal blonde hair. But Malcolm, their son, has cheese blonde hair. And I may have slept through biology, but I'm pretty sure normal blonde plus normal blonde does not equal cheese. So what I'm trying to say is Nancy is cheating on Jeffrey with Travis Scott because I think he's the only base game male other than Malcolm with that cheese blonde hair, which I love cheese. I always just called it golden blonde because that like really intense gold, like brassy blonde hair. But cheese blonde is what I'm calling it from now on. That's amazing.
Yep, cheese blonde.
Cheese blonde it is.
I always call it BioWare blonde because that's always like the kind of blonde that BioWare comes up with.
Oh my gosh,
games,
right?
They can't do normal blonde for shit for some reason. I don't know why.
Hashtag salt.
Yeah, man.
But I love that, and especially Johnny Zest, and the fact that Johnny Zest also has that same just the icy cool regular blonde hair. Jeffrey or Malcolm is not looking like part of the family, so I wonder why they did that. I don't know. Interesting.
Maybe Malcolm was like that spare. You have Air and a spare.
Oh my god!
You've never heard of Air and spare?
A spare. No, I know.
Okay, so that's literally a thing from back in the day, like when they had kings and shit like that. So you had to have your heir, but you also had to have a spare just in case your heir died. Maybe like they were the heir and the spare, but then Johnny's like, I don't want this life, and runs away to go be a comedian because okay, and so they need to bump up their spare, and that's what Malcolm is. So he wasn't like the main one. Maybe that's why he's evil, because he's like, no one wanted me to be this, but I was just a bonus kid just in case the first one didn't work out, so I'm not loved, so now I'm evil. I made it sad. You're welcome.
Oh. Maybe. I don't know. It's weird. So,
hashtag bonus kid.
hashtag spare. Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Well, it's what it is.
Kill the spare?
Oh.
It's Harry Potter reference? No? Nobody?
Anyway, so gameplay. Let's talk about gameplay. So, because we're pushing up on our hour, and a lot of it was tangents. Actually, it wasn't this time. We only had a few like little moments of tangents. I feel like we're making progress. Making progress. We're not making progress. If you're still sober by this point, next time do sips, guys. Like if you're, we don't recommend shots with this. Do sips, like sips of your drink, because shots mean you'll be drunk by the end of this episode. Anyway, so Rebecca plays, and she's like, anytime she travels somewhere and her wicked whims kicks in, it's always Nancy and Jeffrey doing it in the bathroom. Do you know why he was calling him Joffrey? It's because how Jeffrey is spelled.
Yeah, with the O.
It's not Jeffrey, just like Jeffrey, but it's Geoffrey. So
yeah. Maybe it is Joffrey. I don't know.
It just makes it. I'm looking at it; it just makes it look weird. Anyway, but then Roxy plays, and she's like, she installed, MC Commander, as we like to call it, and I forgot to make Nancy and Johnny related before moving them in together. So.
Yeah.
That I've never had that happen in a game, which I'm shocked because, in The Sims, they're not related. In The Sims 4, technically they're not related, even though we know what they are. So that's really nasty and really hilarious. And I will say for like the 2.5 seconds that I had Wicked Whims installed in my game, Nancy and Jeffrey were in the bathroom doing it as well when I went to a restaurant.
They love each other, okay?
It was very shocking. I was like, oh God, okay. I think when I installed it, went to a restaurant and saw that, I was like, you know what? Not for me. Just uninstalled. Let's get a hard pass on this one.
Hard pass.
Open for Business is my absolute favorite pack. So I guess I'm a bit biased, but I really like the whole land grab thing ever since Open for Business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Open for Business is so fun. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So that's the land grabs, guys. We probably missed a lot of crap because there's a lot of crap that's in there. Key points. They are all ridiculously rich. And they have so much money they don't do with it. And they're kind of evil. And their family.
And they keep their money in their hats.
And money, and the best point ever, money in hats, money in beehive hair. That's how this works.
That's really all you need to know about the land grabs. Really.
Money hat, money hair. Money hat, money hair, that's it. And the Altos are from Jersey Shore, which is actually Long Island, which is 2 separate places in 2 separate states. You're fucking welcome. Anywho, so guys, anything else that we might have missed that you're like, I've got to talk about it? I got nothing.
Nope.
So
yeah, I think that's it.
No.
Okay.
I think I already said my piece.
Did you need it?
I mean, maybe he's a Gemini. He has a sloppy personality, outgoing, active, serious, and grouchy. That was Malcolm Landgraab in Sims 2.
Oh, Malcolm was grouchy. I mean,
I could go over his interests as well.
Why would you be so grouchy if you have so much monies? I feel like you should be happier.
Well, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure as hell helps.
I mean, I feel like if I had lots of monies, I would be soups happy. So, just saying. I mean, I can buy so many things. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I don't.
They say money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy you stuff that can make you happy, like food, house, internet.
Into the Future, Sims 3.
Yes, Into the Future Sims 3, which y'all, please. Yeah. Okay, let me figure out if I can even buy it or not. If it exists on the thing, how much it costs, and then I will report back if I play this game. Because every time I go into Sims 3, I forget what I was doing like 98% of the time. Like, because I haven't played it in so long, I went back into it to play it. I'm like, what the fuck? Because the graphics are ridiculous, but I do miss my broom when I was a witch. So there's that.
That was super fun.
All right. So We're going to do some shout-outs. Shout-outs. All right. If you could do the first one, because that name is super easy.
Wow, thanks.
Hey, I felt bad about the last time. So, there you go.
So thank you for that. The first shout out is from Ashley from the Facebook group, and That's Why We Sim. And she left a lovely comment on the posting of our episode 23, the room challenge one.
With the cam
girl. Classic. So she says, so I just started this show and it's amazing. It's like sitting with a group of friends talking about Sims. Which is, to be fair, that's what we are. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. And we're glad that you can always join us for our tangent-filled sim chats.
And I hope that your liver is okay.
So sorry.
Okay. And then, Marissa, you want to do the next one?
Yeah, this is also from the Facebook group, and That's Why We Sim, which, awesome. And this is Kim. She said, I've just started listening from the beginning, and I'm on the episode of The Goths. You guys stole my heart, combining two of my favorite things in life, The Sims and Days of Our Lives, which I love.
Oh, Kim. Wait till you hear about this one.
Because The Goths is one of my favorite episodes.
Same.
Yeah, it's so funny.
The Goths is one of my favorites. I think, I think with the serial killer, was that cut?
Serial killer Alexander.
Was that cut?
That's the one. Was it cut?
Because, guys, Alexander totally a serial killer. Anyway, thank you, and we hope that you listen to this one, because this is another episode of As a Plumbob Turns, or These Are the Days of Our Plumbobs. These are the days of our plumbobs. I like that one.
Anyway. I still stand with Sturm der Plumbob.
If I could pronounce it, I'd stand with it too.
I think it was on our Reddit when we posted that episode, the Days of Our Plumbobs or whatever. There were so many people who were like, "Oh, you should have done this one," like naming all these different things. And we were like, we debated that. Like, we really debated all these different soap opera titles. Days of Our Plumbobs is just the one that won. We all voted on it. So I thought that was so funny that everyone was like, oh my gosh, all these soap opera titles. That was so funny.
All right, so
but since we touched back on like the older Sims as well, like Sims 2 and Sims 1 and stuff, I'm looking into possibly taking over our Twitch for a little while and streaming some playthroughs of like the old Sims, just like some nostalgia hours. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. But I think it would be nice to sort of like go from Sims 1 and then go through all of them until we get to Sims 4 or something.
I feel like if you do this at the intro, you have like that wavy screen, like wavy nostalgia, going back, and then play the game. That's just how I see it in my head. I'm down for this because I haven't played Sims 1 in a millennia, and
amazing.
Or 2 in 80. I don't even have either one of them anymore, so there's that. So yeah, if you are Twitch, by the way, we will tell you what it is in a hot second. But also, so next episodes we're gonna have I think Llama's doing apartments.
I think that one will be posted when this gets when this actually gets posted. So we're not sure which is their next episode.
We don't know what Llama's doing next, but they're doing something fun. So whatever they're doing, freaking listen. And we want you guys to share your in-game fails. Like, tell us when something just went horrible, or in good or bad, like when Marissa her sim was a cam girl and she died. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back because that crap was hilarious to me. Like, I died. So all your in-game fails, things that just glitches, whatever, share them. It's gonna be a episode about you guys. So write us, tell us stuff so we can talk about it.
Yeah, we've been telling you about our fails. We want to hear yours now. It's only fair.
It's only fair. Only fair, guys. And play fair, or you get the scissors. Anywho. So That sounded like some Mommy Dearest crap. Play fair, you get the scissors.
It was like some kid was like, "Don't make me break out the spoon. Don't make me get the
scissors." Okay, so we want to do our social medias.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Plumbob I say this so slow, guys. Or it's gonna be like Plumbob Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We are super active on both of those, and we will tweet at us and then Instagram at us. Slide into those DMs if you want, and show us stuff. Not stuff like that, but show us stuff like related stuff. Please and thank you. We're Plumbob Podcast on Reddit, and because we have our own subreddit, and that's super great. And we are Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. And if you don't remember any of these things, that's totes fine. Undertheplumbob.com is where you'll find all of them. And you can also email us undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. And then we're on Twitch and YouTube. And like Ava said, she wants to go ahead and start doing that like cool nostalgia play. And that will be on Under the Plumbob Podcast on Twitch, and then Plumbob Pod on Plumbob Blob. See, Plumbob Podcast on YouTube. Up there now, Marissa, you have your Strangerville Let's Play, right?
Yeah, so it's all finished. All 5 episodes of the Strangerville Let's Play are on our YouTube currently. And I have literally never edited a YouTube video before in my entire life, so I'm pretty proud of it. I feel like I added a lot of personality.
I like it.
It's a little rough. I mean, it's definitely nothing compared to like the other people's episode or other people's gameplays or whatever. But I don't know. I've never done it before, so I'll accept the whatever.
It's like our beginning episodes. They weren't bad.
Yeah, they were rough.
We just got better.
There's no like cover photo that I couldn't figure out how to do that. Like there's, it's rough, but hey, whatever.
The most important part of all this, no matter what you do, please subscribe and rate and review. I feel like iTunes and Spotify are like the major hitters, like where you subscribing and reviewing like helps us the most. I don't know why people are just super like into iPhones and iTunes. I'm an Android person, but iTunes do that, and then Stitcher and TuneIn and Spotify and Google Play, all those things. The big thing is if you rate and review, it helps us. Like it makes people know that we exist. Like the other day, I was talking to somebody online about that and about podcasts. I'm like, yeah, my cat makes frequent appearances. I'm all yelling at him in the podcast. Like, what's your podcast? I'm like, it's about The Sims. And like, I play The Sims. I want to listen. So you never know who plays the game. It's been around for so long. You just never know. We're like a secret society. Mm-hmm. Secret society.
Or like we said in our last episode, if you are friends with people who listen to My Favorite Murder, as we are dubbed, we're a great episode to listen to in between My Favorite Murder. So,
yeah.
Right? I mean, that's our official title that we are sticking to.
I like this title so much.
Oh, yeah.
We're your filler podcast. We're your filler cast. Roxy did some research on this. Like, it was nuts.
Becky did actually a ton of research. Yeah, or Becky. And also, she did a lot of research for console, which we didn't use a ton of. I'm so sorry, Becky. But we do really appreciate it because it helped us kind of establish timelines. But she really knocked it out of the park with this one.
She did. It was, I mean, you guys, the script is like 4 pages long. It's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so also, we always give our thanks. We super thank Sims Wiki and the Sims community and stuff like that. And also, never going to not thank Carl. Yep. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl.
He, again, didn't contribute to this episode.
Not at all.
Thank you, Carl.
Not at all. You didn't contribute at all, Carl, but I don't care. Thank you, Carl. All right, guys. So that was this episode. And I hope the guys enjoyed it. And I don't think we have anything else to say. So I guess I have to go make deviled eggs because it's Easter.
Yeah, I have to go get some flowers for my grandma.
My Easter's over, man. I already had my Easter celebration and it was delicious.
What'd you eat?
Oh, man. Well, my mom made risotto with asparagus.
Ooh.
And like these giant king prawns, which were really good. And then for dessert, she made panna cotta, but with coconut milk and passion fruit, which is also delicious.
Ooh.
And then I made chocolates.
I saw those chocolates. I like chocolates.
They were filled with strawberry buttercream, banana buttercream, and a dark chocolate and orange ganache.
Oh,
that's very that sounds very like Great British Bake Off of you.
Yeah.
No. I'm looking to start a chocolatiering night course in September. So maybe in a couple of years.
Oh, fun!
Maybe in a couple of years. Who knows?
Well, my sister's making deviled eggs, and I think someone's bringing a ham, and I'm making cookies, and I don't know what else is being cooked because I'm not actually cooking any of it. I'm just going to eat, and I'm going back home. So.
Sounds like a plan. That's what I did. I ate and then I left.
All right, guys. Well, we hope that you are going to have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your rest of your time. Enjoy the next episode of MFM if you listen. And then if you listen to us between, because we're that, filler cast. We'll see you next time.
The filler cast.
And I think we're going back to the real world now, guys.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Badish. Dag dag.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat was eating something outside. I had to open the door. I think it's a bug or it's, I don't know, something else. Anywho.
Oh no, Marissa left.